So you said with the knots, they're fixed, so they can't get any bigger or smaller, so I don't have to worry at all if my horse doesn't have shoes?
No, they're fixed knots. So, a lot of those cheap poly nets that are, out there, and even a lot of our knockoffs that people are making, you can take the hole and stretch it.
If you can stretch something by hand, you can guarantee you should not buy it. Your horse is going to rip the crap out of it, and it's just a waste of money. And there's how do you tell the difference between a black net on the internet? I mean, it's a bunch of black netting. It looks the same, and people use each other's pictures and things like that. That's why we started tagging all of our pictures, because people are using our stuff. But the reality is you've gotta know what the material is. And people say nylon is poly, and that's just they don't understand that.
Right. It's filament size. Nylon is a really large group of polymers, basically.
Okay.
It's a really large group of materials, and so within that group there's millions of different ways that nylon, you guys have all used nylons. That's nylon.
Yeah, and if you put a nylon around your hair bell, you're gonna be screwed. So.
But yeah, the knots do not move.
No.
They are built on a really large machine, and then they are stretched and they are fixed. They don't move. The holes aren't going to get bigger unless they break a link, and if they break a link, you can sew it together really easily.
And we have chosen, we've gone and we've met with different people as far as manufacturing our netting itself. The netting itself comes, we make and sew all of our nets and do things like that, but the netting comes as its own thing. And so we've gone out and visited these places, and we've seen how the netting is made. So it should not stretch. If it's stretching or shrinking or any of that, you need to let us know, because
That's a defect.
Yeah, it's a defect, and it's not made to do that. The difference between, I would say, swelling and stretching, there's a difference in perception, and I suppose it's just people's perception too, because you're gonna have nets that are gonna swell up. Like, I love my nets after they've been rained on. Rained on and get some dirt in them, because it gives them a little bit puffier feeling, and they have a better feel to them. But that's the nylon itself loosening up. The fibers are gonna untwist just a little bit, and they just have a better feel. So when you have a smaller mesh, like a 1-inch mesh, that mesh is when it swells, the hole is going to be perceived as smaller too. And so that's something to take into account. And that's why we have our net spurts, and that's why we train our people, because the reality is you know what, the material will swell a bit, and you got to take that into account when you're trying to figure out what each horse's need is and how to meet their needs individually and as a whole herd. So.
And if you get something and it doesn't, then we always have that exchange period.
Yes, and we always work with people, to the best of, as long as you're not crazy.
If you're picking a bale up with the bale spear or forks, and you just stab it through the net and stretch the net, and you make a hole.
And we know how
we know what they look like.
We know what they look like.
Right.
We've seen them.
We've seen plenty.
We've done them. We've done them on purpose.
We've done them on
and
purpose.
We've even hooked our truck's hitches up to them.
Yeah.
Pulled frozen nets out of the ground to see.
Does it work?
Does it work?
Yeah. Did it
Some-
work?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. It depends.
On a heavy duty, it does.
Yeah, and if you put enough loops of the netting on there, it does.
Yeah.
We don't suggest that.
No. But you know what? We've done, this is not our first rodeo with this stuff, so it's been like, okay, well, what can you do to break it? What can you do to this, that? And it's, a lot of things can happen. Anything's possible. We trust our customers. I hope they trust us, and you know what?
Call us if you have a question.
Right.
Yeah.
And we really try and help them out. That's our biggest goal, is as long as you're not playing games, we will do our best to make you happy.
And every situation is different, so we don't know what you've got going on until you tell us.
Right.